Great clip.
And I was there. I was at Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. I was in what we call the client room, Mike, just around the corner from the studio. I watched the whole. Doug Sellers, God love him, is no longer with us. Doug died at 50 playing hockey down in California. But Doug was the point person who was having to say to Dave, Dave said, "Don't put me on. Please just go off the air, make it look like some kind of a mistake, that we were cut off. But let's not have Hockey Night in Canada tarnished with the same brush that already the curling producers and people are." So he was begging Doug not to put him on camera. And Doug was saying, "Dave, you're our guy. You have to make this somehow palatable for the viewer and sort of get us off the hook here. It is bonus coverage. It wasn't like they watched the Flyers Canadians all night."
Right.
And it was
a last straw.
Amazing thing to watch. It was the last straw. He Dave would be better to explain that. But
I got to get him in here.
I think he was just tired, and he felt. He was entirely right, of course, and that's what made Dave great. He was always going to be the journalist first and foremost. So. But it was a crazy scene. So then it happens. I just was standing right outside the door where he delivered that little monologue. And then he comes roaring into the room where I am, and he grabs his coat off I'm sick of these guys making me look like an idiot. And then somebody grabbed him, I forget who, and says, "Dave, it's okay. We'll go back to the Harbor Castle Hotel," which was a Hilton in those days, a Westin now. And we went, and I'll never forget this. Harry Neal and I drove in one car, and Dave Hodge went down in another. And there was probably about 5 or 6 of us at the little bar at the Harbor Castle. And Harry Neal at one point turned to me while we were having our beer, and he said, "Ron, you should work on your relationship with Don Cherry." He says, "That, I think, is going to be your ticket."